Hi, I'm Jay from jaysgolf.com, and I am here with
Steve Harrow.
Nice to meet you, Steve. And you are from and with?
I am from and with. I'm from Conshohocken, PA. We are here for Club Champion Golf.
Okay. What brought you to Philadelphia versus any other metropolitan area? Because I know you're based in Chicago.
Right. Based in Chicago, we have 3 stores out there, and the brain trust of Club Champion has all been based out of downtown, in Northfield and Willowbrook,
Okay.
Illinois, suburbs of Chicago. The guys all got together and they wanted to expand out, and this is their baby.
Okay.
First expansion out.
Congratulations.
Pretty happy with it.
Yeah. So you gave me the tour already, and your facilities are beautiful. It's definitely very country club-like, which is nice. What can a typical customer that walks through the door? Well, actually, here's a question for you: do you accept walk-ins, or do you prefer appointments?
We prefer appointments. Almost 100% is going to be appointment driven. Because depending on what you're looking to get fit for, if you're looking to get fit for something as simple as a putter, it'll take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
We're typically booked out days, and at this point, we're actually booked out a couple of weeks in advance.
That's a good thing.
Which is good.
Yes. Okay. So, having made an appointment, what would the usual process be?
The process when you walk in, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about what your goals are to get out of the fitting. If you're coming in for a driver fitting and you're just saying, you know what, I'm losing distance to my driver, and I feel like there's definitely I'm leaving something on the table. We come in, we're going to talk about all those goals and what they're going to be. We're going to bring you in here, we're going to have you get warmed up.
Right.
Usually with 7 iron, 6 iron, whatever your favorite iron is to get warmed up with. And then we're going to have you hit your driver. And we're going to get a baseline with your driver. 10 to 15 shots just to get an idea and see a pattern. And then once we do that, if we take measure what your stuff is, check the loft, the line, make sure so we know where our starting is. First thing we're going to find for you is we're going to find what shaft is the proper shaft for you to swing.
Right.
So we're going to find the head that's closest to what we're playing right now, and now we're going to find a shaft. Typically within probably 4 or 5 shafts, after seeing what your numbers are going to be, we kind of have an idea where we need to start.
Okay.
And if we need to add more weight to change your spin, or we maybe need to go up and flex or down and flex to change some of the variables, we have the ability to do that with the matrix that we have.
Yeah.
105 driver, fairway, and hybrid shafts that we have to pick from.
And I like the fact that you have all the drivers the shafts, I should say, and the heads, but the shafts, more importantly, on site. So you don't have to guess if you find one that's within, I don't know, D2, D1, and then you guess, well, it's probably a D1, and then you go to the factory, and then you get it back, and then it may not be what's ideal because you've had to assume.
Right.
So you guys differ greatly in that respect.
And that's almost the last step in the whole process, because after we find shaft, once we find shaft and we find this is the absolute shaft that's going to work for you.
Yeah.
Now we can take shaft, and that can be our constant, and now we find which head's going to fit that shaft for you.
Okay.
So once we marry the two together, we already know. We essentially already know what your specs are going to be. We have everything. We build a spec sheet out for your driver. We pick your grip out, and as part of it, we check the swing weight of the club that you just hit, so that when we write it out and we get it ordered up and we send it off to get built for you, it's going to be to that spec.
Okay.
It's something that separates us from every other retailer or every other custom club maker. Is that we make sure that you get that full experience.
As I did a little bit of my homework, that stood out to me the most is that what you get fit for here is what you get on your front doorstep once it's built. And that, to me, is huge. I said to a friend of mine who asked me about, what my expectations were, as I had none other than the homework I did. And I kind of thought to myself, it's kind of like comparing a Chevy to a Ferrari. Really. At least that was what my perception was. And so far, that has been the case. This is not a Chevy Bayo. No offense to Chevy Bayos out there, but this is definitely not a Chevy Bayo as I sit here with you. So basically, I haven't hit anything yet as we speak right now. I just wanted to get a good little roll on what your spin is, what your pitch is, what you want to say, and then we can go forward. Is there anything else that you want to let them know, and me, as to? And also, I should add, if I can digress for a moment, I'm left-handed, as you may or may not know, and they have a nice big wall of left-handed heads, and that has made me very happy. And you don't find that at your local Dick's Golf Galaxy, just because they don't have the ability to do that. But you do have more of an ability to cater to that because you're so specialized. So for us little pariah out there, us left-handers, I would definitely recommend coming in for a visit. But anyway, is there anything other than what you've already discussed that you'd like to point out at this point?
Let's get you warmed up and get you hitting some balls.
All right, very good. Thanks.
Yep.
Jay from jaysgolf.com, and I'm here with... Okay, let's try that again, because as soon as you said your name, you hit that ball.